Well, welcome Scorpio. Welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to serve as your July 2020 reading. It's actually going to be good for 30 days from the time that you happen to see this. And I hope everyone is doing extremely well with all the different energies and the past full moon and the eclipse. It was the last eclipse. We do still have a couple of big portals that are coming up. We just passed the 7-7 gateway, and we're on our way towards the 8-8 gateway as far as big items, but we're still in the throes of Mercury retrograde, Mars in retrograde, Jupiter in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, and also Pluto. So there's a lot of clearing that still has to happen. Our opportunities, I should say, for planning and preparing, you know, not necessarily making major choices at this particular moment, inner growth, reconsideration, your ideas and beliefs, some self-improvement options, some brainstorming. You know, Saturn is encouraging people to slow down, including me. Overcoming challenges, and really I think a lot of it is setting boundaries so that you can kind of move forward with ease and grace. And then, you know, Pluto is really inviting you to purge whatever it is that is not for your best and highest good, including just decluttering. Seriously, feng shui it up in your camp, you know what I mean? So anyway, I am going to be doing a different type of spread for this particular month. We are going to hit 4 different oracles that are coming out, and I'm going to do a 9-card general. And I will go in with some clarifiers. Several readings have been very quick and easy, and then there have been some other ones where I was guided to do a little bit more, well, deeper dive, so to speak. So those are extended in a sense. Don't have a problem with that. I love sharing information as it comes. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to take a look at your present. We're going to take a look at your strength position, your weakness position, or really items where there's some hidden influences that you need to know. And then we're going to go in with an element. So we're going to hit an air, fire, earth, water element just to kind of see what's going on. We're going to hit a past energy to kind of see what's still kind of working its way through in this particular month. I can't believe it. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Past and present, future. And like I said, we'll go in with the clarifiers just to kind of figure out where everything is at. Wow. At this particular moment, I do know that I need to go back in and hit this heart chakra. So whenever we get the chakra cards that pop up from this particular deck, we definitely get an immediate clarifier on what that is. So we're just going to wait for that one to pop out. And then we will hit the past energies, and then we'll hit the future, and then we'll start the actual read. Well, there it is. Okay. All right. So what energies are still affecting our Scorpios from the month of June? And I think you guys already know this, that Scorpio is an extremely big part of my personal chart. So I've set my ego and critical mind to the side so that this isn't about me. It's about the collective Scorpio group and what it is that we need to know. And I'll take my cues. And I also make sure that I take advantage of the information that comes with my sun and my moon sign as well, just to make sure I get a really big picture of all the things that are going on. Okay, hang on just a second. All right. So what we have here in our present position, Scorpio, is the energy of the Ace of Rods, which is prosperity beginning, which is fabulous. The seed has been planted and it's beginning to sprout. Fresh ideas, fresh energy, you know, just really putting your energy into the things that really need to happen. So this is kind of your present energy where you're at in your space right now. That is amplified by the Sacral Chakra card, and that's no mistake. So, you know, the wands are very passionate, and the Sacral Chakra itself is extremely passionate. So I'm getting that there could be a little bit more work that needs to be done on the Sacral Chakra, opening it up a little bit. That is all about your sensuality, really. It is water energy. It's your fluid center. It has to do with, like I said, creativity as a whole. So we'll just leave it at that. In your actual strength position, what we have is the Nine of Swords. Now, this deck is not meant to be read in reverse, so I just want to put that out there. So why would the Nine of Swords, in this deck it's titled Suffering in Silence, why would that be the strength position, Scorpio? Well, the suffering in silence really is self-imposed limitation. And what I'm getting, and I know that I'm going to be drawn to make sure that I hit this one pretty significantly with the clarifiers, is that before the end of the month, you're going to be in a position where you are utilizing your capacity to change the suffering in silence, the analysis paralysis, if you will, but turn that analysis into something that's going to be great for you. So you're going to be able to turn off the additional chatter, and I believe that you're going to be able to kind of go within a little bit and kind of turn that around on its own. In the position of hidden influences, we did get a different chakra. So we're asking to make sure that your heart chakra is continuing to be open. So I'm going to just put this out there. Crystals will help you. The green hues, I'm going to talk about malachite. I'm going to talk about, Amazonite will help you. Obviously, rose quartz will help you, but anything that can support you with your heart chakra is going to be important for you guys to grab a hold of. And of course, I always say if you don't have that particular crystal, you can use just a plain clear quartz. It's the substitute for any crystal. But this heart chakra is really going to support you in the Six of Swords. So whether or not you know it, there's going to be a potential for moving on in some direction. And the moving on here really does indicate that you're moving on from troubled past and moving on into smoother waters, if you will. But I'm very strongly being told that this is also a guide. So someone that you're not aware of at this particular moment is going to try to pop up and is going to try to help you enliven your heart. That could be a teacher. It could be, someone that is from your past, although that's not extremely heavy here. But what I'm saying is that there's going to be someone that's going to be influential in helping you move on into smoother waters. So if you haven't figured, if that is meaningful to you as far as moving on and what that might mean for you, it could be job, it could be physical location, it could be thought process, it could be lots of different types of things, but there's definitely a guide that's going to help move you in from choppier areas in the past into the future, but it does require making sure that your heart chakra is a little bit more activated. So any extra work that you can do to take care of your physical heart and open up that heart chakra is really going to be supportive for you, Scorpio, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and get into the elements. Now, this is pretty awesome because 90% of the signs that I read actually had the universe present in the past position, which is not, it's not surprising to me with all of the different energies that we've had going on. However, this one specifically is pouring into the air center, okay? So this is going to be communication and mental thought process. But the universe is describing change. So you are aware of change that needs to happen, that's going to happen, and you are getting to the point where you're ready to start communicating about that change. Now, as we're talking about chakras, and I've gotten into it with a couple of other different signs, this change and transformation, this cycle that really has to happen for you, that gets rid of any restrictions and any limitations with time or authority, is heavily imbued with third eye chakra. So many of you, Scorpio, like you said, we're born on this planet with our senses automatically open. You can't help it. If you're a Scorpio, that's just, it is what it is. But you are being used, or you're being asked at this time to use that gift of sight that you have, right? Strengthen your sacral, strengthen your heart. When one chakra is out of balance, the rest of them can get out of balance. But what I'm telling you is that you have the ability to really strengthen up these particular areas at this moment because you recognize that something is getting ready to happen and change in your world. And that's nothing scary because we have to be able to change, right? We have to be able to do new things. We have to be able to grow. I am being called to the fact that the overall theme, and I didn't talk about this at the beginning, is in this deck it's called the Shadow, but this is the Moon card, and the Moon card is in reverse. So before the end of this month, whether you know it or not, the Moon is here to help reveal something that you were not aware of before. supports the universe, supports this moving on, supports some of the other different things that we're talking about. And I just thought that was important to make sure that we talked about first. Cancer or Pisces as far as the thought process, but this also is heavy, heavy, heavy sacral chakra. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you understood that. And it also is heavy, heavy thinking. So emotions, your femininity, subconscious, secrets, dreaming, creativity, there's something that is being revealed to you here. So I just want to make sure that you understand that that's the overall theme. Before the end of the month, something is being revealed. Your chakras are being activated like crazy right now. Let's just go ahead and move on with the rest of it. Now, so that was your air. Your fire section, we actually do have an earthen element, which is the, no, I'm sorry. This is a fire element in your fire section. This is the Two of Pentacles. This card is titled The Movement, Choices, and Decisions. Okay. And in this particular card, I think it's very important to just to call out movement or choices could be about your finances. It could be about your relationships. It could be about, physical moves or blossoming of ideas, or, you know, just your intellectual self kind of coming in. But what I always say, regardless of whether it's this particular deck, oh, hold on. I'm getting downloads right now. I'm getting information. I have to back this up really quick. Hang on just a second. The energy of fire is presented. I beg your pardon, but this is earth and energy as well. Prosperity, Ace of Coin. Hello, Ace of Coin, prosperity. Two of Coin. Okay. Sorry. But the passion, the fire of what's going on here is in your present moment and in, like I said, your fire sector. This happens to be earth and energy, the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles does talk about movement, choices, and decisions, but it often talks about balance as well. So being able to balance. And if something is not in balance for you, then you need to be able to consider making a different decision so that you can make the best choice for you. And if that means dropping something that's too heavy on your plate, or it's not providing you the bounty of what it is that you're looking for, then it's okay to do that. You need to be able to do that. You need to be able to balance coming in and going out energies, and you have to do the right thing for you. Sorry about that gaffe, but again, I'm feeling like strong heat and power right now, fire energy. And it's no mistake that we've got 1, 2, 3 sitting here. We'll get to that one in just a second. So that is the culmination of a ramp up of something getting ready to happen. But let's go back into the next element. So this element we have is the actual earth element, realistic and physical, practical aspects of what's going on. But what we have here is the Triumphant Success card, which is the same thing as the Ace of Swords. So you already have two specific aces that are presenting themselves right at this particular moment. The aces truly are gifts from the universe. You need to be able to accept that they're gifts from the universe, okay? So with prosperity beginning, with something blossoming, there was a seed, there was manifestation that was happening for you. It's going to happen, right? The Triumphant Success, or the Ace of Swords, is giving you this opportunity with realistic and physical aspects to wield a sword of thought process, okay, in your grounded areas, and really use your discernment and your logic. All right, this is going to be supportive. Now, the Ace of Swords is a double-edged kind of a sword. Typically, actually, it is. You have the quick and swift, like cut somebody to the quick, or you actually have the opportunity to kind of turn it over and be a little bit more genteel with the way that you're wielding that particular sword. I always tell people when they get this particular card to make sure that you're wielding it with ease and grace. But there is some extreme clarity that's coming for you in your earthen area, realistic physical aspects, okay, practicality, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. In your water element, you actually, in the water element is your emotions, your relationships, and your sensitivities, right? In your water element, and you're not on like on a couple of other different signs, we have the Two of Swords that's sitting here, okay? And the Two of Swords in the traditional deck, as I've said before, is the individual who's blindfolded with a sword in either hand, just kind of sitting there right under the moon. Two different styles of individuals reading this particular card. It can be, oh, you're at a mega crossroads in your emotional self or your relationship, or you have gotten to such a point where you are at complete peace because you know exactly where you are between your head and your heart. Okay, and with that blindfold on, you are actually receiving divine information more so than it is just your natural eyes, in a sense. And so I really feel that this card is about going inward. It's about making sure that you have a chance to reflect on those different types of things. And whatever decision it is, if you feel like you just need to sit for a moment and just like be in a hermit mode and just kind of meditate for a little bit so that you can be at peace, knowing that whatever decision you make, unless you're protecting something, you're definitely going to be okay. All right. But this card is titled Mental Conflict, and it's self-imposed conflict. So you can get yourself out of this at any particular moment. I choose to believe that this is a card that really does talk about your ability to be in peace for yourself. Okay. And again, that is in your emotional section, relationships and sensitivity. Now, we're going to move on to the past. So these are the energies that have carried on from June. And what's continuing to move through the sector, because it has actually showed up, is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is about, it can be about apprenticeship, it can be about learning something new, but it is the beginnings of new stability. Okay, so the beginnings of new stability, I can't talk, new stability, foundations, right? Building something with somebody. Like I said, it can also be about apprenticeship. But at the end of the day, people are getting together in order to create something together. So you have called this into your presence, meaning your space, okay? And that has continued to carry on. This particular title or card is titled Recognition and Rewards. So at some point, there has been some recognition of what it is that you bring to the table, or what it is that you can bring to the table, which is why the energy is still carrying forward here into the month of July. Okay, so that's a really awesome thing. When we get into the future, okay, we're talking, like I said, from the time you see this, the next 30 days, at minimum, the remainder of the month of July. What do we get here but the big badass lion himself? We have what's called the Power card in this particular deck. This is the same thing as, dun, da, 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 you guessed it, it's the Strength card. This is extremely heavy, 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 heavy heart chakra, okay? And it's important to make sure that we talk about that, because the Strength card really does talk about courage, being at your best self, and really being in your power. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and get into how we're going to be able to tie all of these different pieces together. I'm going to pull my first card, and the first card I'm going to pull is the Sacred Geometry card. And there we go. What we have is card number 2, which is titled the Dream Weaver, okay? And it's talking about laying foundations and manifestation. What is it that you want? And what are you going to do to get it? The universe is going to support you. I love the fact that this is grid, and if it was me and you had the capacity, I would take a still of this picture, I would print it out. If you're a crystal person, I would create a crystal grid with this. You can actually take a picture of this if you can get it printed out, or even on your phone, and utilize this. Put it on your belly, put it, I mean, you know, phone technology is not always the best, but you got to do what you got to do. So options are printing this out, physically putting on your body, printing this out, putting some crystals on it, creating a crystal grid. The pattern is very, very simple. Use what you have. You don't have to get overly crazy and go spend $1 million, okay? But this will help you realize what is going on with dreams. Now, the other thing I need to point out for my numerology peeps is we have 2222 sitting here on the board. Okay, so that is the beginning of creation. And that is exactly what they're trying to tell you to do. You have the power within this month to create whatever it is that you want. So I'll go ahead and put that one back up here. The other card that I want to go ahead and pull real quick is the Lightworker Oracle deck. And we have the card number 20, which is also a 2, which is called Life Path. So Starseed Lightworker, it's time for you to believe in the miracle of creation. That's exactly what is going on here. So what are you manifesting for yourself? What are you trying to awaken within yourself? What did you call into existence that you started on as far as a project or a loved thing that you could continue to work on and master? You cannot escape all of these 2s, and you cannot escape the 1-1 that's sitting here. You have got some major And then you've got 21 here with the universe. I mean, this is no joke. This is going to be an extremely powerful portal for you. So I'm trying to go slow with this because I'm taking this very, very seriously, not just because it's this particular part of my element, because this is a huge situation that's going on for someone. The universe is definitely looking out for things that need to happen in your best favor, right? Okay, so we've got Life Path 20. I'm told that if I'm going to read a card, it would not be that one. It would be a different one of the ones that are coming up here. So I will move on, and we're actually going to do a couple clarifiers. And I would like to understand, just move a couple things around here, how to best explain what we can get from the sacral chakra and the prosperity within the current present energies for our Scorpio, please. What can you share? The Ace of Coin. Go in there. And the sacral chakra. Usually coins are root chakra because it's base element. It's base chakra, root chakra, however you learn the terminology. For being grounded. Ooh, there we go. But again, okay, so we actually have the Fool. Hold on. I am meant to read this upright. So you actually have an adventure coming. I love this. You've got 0, 1, 2, 3. You are really literally at the beginning of creation. So this is the Fool in this particular deck. This is the White Sage Tarot deck, just in case anybody cared. The Fool is absolutely a beautiful card in that you get to start something new. Now, this is interesting because the Fool itself is the base chakra. Okay, this is the beginning of something. So that's your very bottom chakra, right? I think this is super impressive. I'm impressing myself right now because I'm just like, I'm starting to get how they're trying to tie all this in, all right? But this is about your individuality. What do you want to do? What are you trying to create? What are you trying to change within yourself? What fresh start are you giving yourself with this prosperity? So the Fool is here to support that. Is there anything else? I'm being told not really, but we'll go for it. I crack myself up. We have the Emperor. You have the authority to do all the things that you want to do. The only thing that the Emperor needs to be cautious of, and you know, this is Aries Major Arcana. The only thing you need to be cautious of with the Emperor is that you don't become a little too cocky. That's really all there is to say about that. Be new and do your thing, watching your prosperity, but don't be cocky, okay? Is there anything else? And there's nothing wrong with having confidence because obviously that's what it is, right? But you also have to be humble. And the reason I say that specifically with this image before I pull this one out is take a look at this. Take a look at the sun that's here. Sorry, just blew the camera up. Take a look at the sun, right? Completely rising over the Emperor here. And I know it's kind of funny to think about it this way, but I've always envisioned that this little peach right here was also the beginning of a sun. That's just, it is what it is. But then when you take into consideration the color scheme of what's going on here, okay, this is really bright, bright beginnings. You can do whatever you want. Just don't be a jack-a-hole. And you won't. You can be. I know us. We can be, but we're not. And we got the Lovers card. That's the final card here. Another Major Arcana, Gemini Major Arcana here. The Lovers is talking about your heart chakra again. So you've got your base chakra. We've almost got all of the chakras that are open. I really do feel that some people here are going to be extremely elevated is the word that's wanting to come out of my mouth as far as your integration of these energies that are coming through and the DNA upgrades and the other things that are happening within this beautiful energy within the cosmos. That's nothing to be scared of. The other thing that the Lovers wants to be able to point out, because it doesn't necessarily have to mean a couple, although prosperity can be at the forefront of a new relationship. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely talks about the fact, because I mean, you have to have strong foundations when it comes to, starting a relationship with somebody else, but it definitely does talk about the union within yourself with your higher self. So this is very spiritual as far as that aspect is concerned. So I'm not mad at that. That's pretty damn awesome right there. Let's go ahead and move. trying to go slow because I got some comments on my other signage with some emails, and I speak a little too fast. Sorry. Let's find out exactly what else can support us with this suffering and silence card. Okay, so the suffering of silence, the advice is to not necessarily feel as though you have to do all the things by yourself. So this is the Seven of Wands in reverse. You don't have to defend everything. You can let your guard down a little bit, and then you can ask for help. And I think that's kind of where you're going to end up being, is that you're going to be asking other people to kind of support you before the end of this month. Okay. What else? Hold on. Sorry. I need to reshuffle that. That was a fat finger. I like to do things on my own, but I'm also smart enough to know that I don't know everything about everything. And it makes sense to bring in other people or other individuals or teachers or guides, even if it's just a, hey, can I get a second pair of eyes on this project? Or what do you think about this? And here's what I'm thinking about that, without giving everything away. But, you know, in high level conceptual, people need to be able to do that. And trust. Okay. You can trust. And when you start trusting people, then you'll start getting out of your head so much about having to feel like you have to do everything. There it is. 10 of Wands. You're carrying too much by yourself. You've got a lot of burdens hanging on you right now. So do this. You'll get out of this if you let your guard down a little bit, let some of these heavy burdens down. And what else? What's the final word here for our 9 of Swords? This is actually really good. And like I said, it's showing up as your strength. So at the end of the day, yeah, see, it's not necessarily about, so we got the Ace of Pentacles again. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So your prosperity begins, and your strength will be letting your guard down, letting go of some burdens. And as far as the Pentacle is concerned, and as it's presenting in reverse, allowing other people to help you envision and bring forth your dream is what it is. So this is not being topsy-turvy with what the Ace of Pentacles is trying to bring you as far as a new, fresh beginning. You've got to be able to allow other people to try to come in and help you with that. So your strength is going to be you allowing someone to help you come down. Let your guard down just enough, okay? You don't have to be the big brute as far as the Emperor is concerned. Let other people help you, okay? Let's see what else we have. Let's talk about this hidden influences. This moving on with this heart chakra. Can you identify at all who is going to be helping Scorpio? I keep looking at this Gemini Lovers card. Okay, so we have 5 of Wands. So that is indicative of some conflict that's going on. It's not anything that's over crazy, but there's some conflict. But you're going to be moving on moving on from some conflict. Keep your heart chakra strong. It could also be heart related. It definitely could be related to a relationship. But let's find out what else we can bring up here for Scorpio. 5 of Wands. What else do we need to be aware of as far as the 6 of Swords for our Scorpio? 5 of Wands could release. What else do we need to know about this 5 of Wands? So we've got a King of Pentacles. So this is an individual. King of Pentacles is earth energy. Okay. Doesn't always necessarily have to be, but it's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is pretty strict as far as sticking to the program. All T's are crossed, all I's are dotted. We don't even take this meeting unless we know it's going to work out for us, that type of energy. So there's going to be some moving on from conflict with someone that embodies that type of energy. Okay. What else? What else do we need to know? How will this work? Oh, we got this first one. Hang on. Let me look at this. Oh, all right. Hang on. We've got a few and I need to ask questions. Do I take all of these cards? I get it. Thank you. I'm told that I'm supposed to take the Magician card, and I'm told that I'm supposed to take the Page of Swords. Okay, so you're moving on from an individual that you have some challenges with. Like I said, this individual is a little bit, The King of Pentacles is actually a pretty interesting fellow because they are loyal individuals. Our earth signs are extremely loyal individuals. The King of Pentacles is the slowest one that actually shows up. So they're a little slow, but they've taken, and you know, they are slow. That's just all that they're slow in coming. Okay, they're slow in coming. They are stable in a sense, but again, their mentality is a little bit aloof in a sense that, you know, they're only coming because they see the bottom line in some things. That's not always a good thing. The other thing is that this is paired with the Magician. So this person also could be, and the Magician, I love the Magician, and it didn't need to necessarily present into reverse. The Magician is not there within this particular energy of person. Okay, so the Magician can also be a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of an a-hole. Totally can be. The Magician is also Gemini, Virgo. It is extreme third eye energy. So I think you have an awareness of this. Elusive is the word that I really want to use. And elusive in their ability to take action with the Page of Swords in reverse. It can also be a younger earth sign that you're dealing with. But there's a little bit of immaturity that's there. So if you're an individual that is in a personal relationship with someone, then there's a potential that you're going to be moving on to the next level. It doesn't necessarily mean a breakup. It definitely means that you're going to be putting your foot down, I believe, and you're going to be saying the things that need to be said, because this individual is not meaning to do anything that's not supportive, but they're just, at the end of the day, they're not up to kind of where you're at in calibration. You know, you don't put anybody down for where they're at, but that's just the energy that's going on. So whether or not you know it, that is going to be happening for you, Scorpio, okay? For whoever that is in your particular energy. Let's move on to the universe, and let's find out what else is going on within this air communication mental energy with the universe. You know something's going on. So sorry about that. As I was shuffling to get the clarifier for the Queen of Swords, we ended up getting two. We got the Ten of Pentacles, okay? There's definitely an opportunity for something to show up for you, benefit for your stability. It definitely can be a big financial situation that comes up. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but there's definitely something here that's going to support your stability. And the other thing that I got was High Priestess. So I am definitely feeling that somebody here needs to cut something out to the quick so that you can receive your just rewards. And you need to be in the High Priestess energy, Virgo moon energy, okay? Intuition. This is all about intuition. It's about knowing. It's about learning something. It's about having something revealed to you. It's about also the third eye, or crown. Oh, shoot, I have to look that up real quick. Isn't it? All right, hold on. High Priestess, High Priestess, High Priestess, High Priestess, High Priestess. Crown. The High Priestess's crown. Sorry. So again, more chakras that are coming into alignment. You're going to know what it is that you need to do when you need to do it. Just make sure that you go into some meditation really quickly. But there's some beautiful things here that will show up for you if you're willing to stop resisting, Scorpio, and cut it off at the quick, and then kind of move on with the things that you need to do. What is it that you're doing? Okay? Light worker, starseed, it's time for you to just like get it going already. Okay? Now let us go ahead and move on into the fire position. So let's find out what exactly is going on with this creativity and action with this Two of Pentacles that's showing up. It looks like you're making a move. You're making choices. You're making a decision about trying to do something. What do you got? Let's be nosy. All right. So I hum that song, and I don't know if you guys are old enough to have kids that remember the old Blues Clues, but that was one of the theme songs when they were getting ready to get into some investigation. Sorry. It tells you how old I am. Moving forward. So yeah. Two of Pentacles, please. What do we need to share with our Scorpios with regards to the Two of Pentacles? What else can support their fire element for passion, creativity, and action with this practical movement? Thank you. It's this one that wants to pop out. It just didn't flip. Thank you. Okay, stop being a loner. Okay. It is judgment. It is inner knowing. It's this major Taurus arcana. This is definitely heart. But you got to stop. It's like there's a resistance here for you moving towards somebody that can help you. Your best information is to make sure that you're going towards somebody that can help you, because you're trying to resist this a little bit. Okay? There is someone out there that is designed to help you in this particular period of time. Call in your spirit guides. We haven't even gotten to the rest of the oracles right now, but you know, you're talking about laying foundations and manifesting because you've got a life path that's important to hit. So let's get there already. So call on somebody. And or you have gone in, you have taken counsel from somebody. You have listened and learned to all the different things that they had to say, which is helping to propel you forward in order to make this. Yes, because now we have the Three of Cups. And so there's a celebratory moment that's coming. And you take every small victory that you can. Okay? So, absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever choice or decision is that you made, it comes out beautiful with this Three of Cups, this glory moment. What else? It's not all of these. It is the Empress. Oh. So this is beautiful energy, okay? The Empress is going to be supporting this particular party, Libra Major Arcana, okay? Again, intuition and knowing, balance, caring, feminine aspect, really. Emotionality is going to be in this, but the Empress is someone that likes to be doted on a little bit, right? So she likes to have all of the finer things. She wants to be treated, and she wants to give people that emotional component that's necessary. So something that's more maternal, or and because you could be a male Scorpio, just that loving, caring energy, if you will, if that makes sense. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Another big major arcana piece there. Empress, also third eye. All right. Let's go ahead and move over to our earth element. Practicality. How do we need to wield this sword in order to support us with our grounding? Our mental energy is there. What do we need to know? So many signs. I've gotten that card. Okay, so Page of Pentacles. There is something new that's coming. It could be another earth sign, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Something new is getting ready to start. So you've got the Ace of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. Again, somebody that's particularly, I don't want to say juvenile here. What I want to say is youthful enthusiasm, okay? To bring you something. Triumph and success is coming because the page has already been dispatched in your favor. It's already coming. It's going to be bringing you the Nine of Pentacles moment, okay? So complete independence, taking care of yourself, complete independent moment, like beautiful natural nature moment, but also being able to appreciate all of the newfound, pentacles. Enjoying them. Enjoying the grounded area in where you're at. So you're going to be able to communicate something with someone of, like I said, a jovial, youthful vigor is what I'm getting. This Page of Pentacles. What else? This is good. I mean, low-key, I'm down here jumping up and down. Oh, yeah, it is this one. Thank you. Okay, Three of Pentacles. It has something to do with somebody you called in. Recognition and reward from the past. This is the same card. So this is someone that you started potentially a conversation with, an idea with. You've already started planning. You've got some sketches on the ground. Someone's already starting this process. But the other thing to recognize with the Three of Pentacles is that when you start receiving this Nine of Pentacles based on the idea, make sure that you are also recognizing and rewarding the partners and people that are supporting you in your newfound business and ventures. Okay? The universe likes to tell us not to be a jackal. I like that. All right, now let's hit this mental conflict. Why is our Scorpio in their brain about this Two of Swords? Why are we in our emotions? Do we have anything specific going on with the relationship? Help us reveal. what this is. And again, relationship doesn't have to be lovers. Ooh, we got the Hangman. What is going on with all this major arcana? Are you serious? This is major Pisces energy. Okay, this can also support confusion a little bit, but it also does talk about intuition and spirituality. It can talk about sometimes a crossroads. So we've got crossroads on the crossroads, if you're going to read it that way. This is heavy reflection. So you're being told that you definitely need to make sure that you're reflecting on the things that need to happen. Okay? And the Hangman is all about the root chakra. So there you have it. You have literally almost every chakra that's out there except for solar plexus. Let's find out what happens. Oh, I'm wrong. The power card is the solar plexus. Ha ha. Told you. Major amp going on, you guys. What else do we need to know? What are we waiting for? We already know the High Priestess is here. We already know that we're learning something. What else do we need to know? What can help Scorpio calm their brain? Other than being patient and hanging out. Oh, they said take all of them. Wow. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. What do we need to know? Definite spiritual moment, like going in, reflecting, receiving this information. Okay. 7 of Cups. I very rarely consider the 7 of Cups to be a negative card. People do call it confusion, wherein I believe truly that it is your manifestation showing up on this big, beautiful tray. And they're going, here you go. You asked for it. And you have to be able to say, I'm taking this Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday. I mean, you have to be able to prioritize what's the first thing. So to me, it's not really confusion as much as it is prioritization of the things that are getting ready to come to you. But if you're being overwhelmed, then, you know, like this 2 of Pentacles, maybe you need to let something go for the moment. Not forever, but just for the moment. Capricorn, major arcana. For the love of Mike and all that's holy. Sacral chakra again. Creativity. What are you being bound to that's stifling your creative spirit? Your sacral chakra, your birthing component here. What is stopping you from doing this? King of Swords is somebody that pops up a little bit aggressive, ready to just go. I'm going to pop in real quick. I'm going to give you the information, kind of like faster than the Knave. I mean, he is a king. He's got to be able to protect the things that have to happen, but, you know, he's very, very, very intellectual. So because we have a pairing here that's on the board with this Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, I am really feeling as though that somebody, not everyone, is going to be, they're strongly considering whether or not they are ready to end a relationship, or at least start having that conversation, okay? He's more intellectual than she is. He has a little bit more of a calmer note before he, like, chops things off than she does. But they will still do it. But the fact that you're bonded to this devil component, right? Why? Why are you bonded to somebody that's not necessarily helping you? Why would you do that? And that's why you're suffering in silence, because you're holding on to this burden here with this 10 of Wands. Why? Why? I get it. Relationships are a beautiful thing. Here we go. Then we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So guys, the universe is straight up telling you that's the same card here. If you will let this go, for sure, then you will be in the Chariot moment. You will move forward. You will now be on top of the situation. You will now be managing the yin and the yang. Look at the Sun card one more time. You will be managing the yin and the yang. You are driving this bus at this moment. You're not waiting for someone else to do anything. You are in complete control over making this happen. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. This is also a karmic card. karma, okay? This is karma, for sure, for sure, for sure. This is action. It's your driving force. This, again, is, this is solar plexus energy all day long. This is the gut knowing of what you have to do, all right? So this is your get up and go, your drive. The universe is telling you that you've had a chance to kind of hang out and think about this. You know what I mean? You've got choices, you've got options. It's not like the universe isn't giving you some direction about, you know what, they're going to help you regardless of what it is that you do. But you do need to make a decision about what's going to happen. But they're not going to leave you. They're not going to leave you high and dry with whatever the situation is. So you can calm your mental conflict down. But they are giving you warning here, or advice, that you can release yourself from whatever you're bonded to. If it's not necessarily this King of Swords as an individual, it can be something that's clouding your judgment. Even though the cards didn't present reverse, that's not necessarily how this works with the way I'm being communicated to. The devil is bond. It's self-imposed limitation, just like the suffering in silence, okay? It is self-imposed limitation. You can get yourself out of this at any particular moment. You can stop over shopping on Amazon. You can stop the extra cocktails. You can stop the extra consumption of whatever it is, because sometimes, you know, you gotta have fun, but not at the expense of it creating, you know, clouding judgment and your inability to kind of go forward with things. So I definitely want to make sure I put that out there. If you're not coupled up with someone or in a business relationship or something like that, that could potentially change. But the second that you let that go, you are gonna just zoom forward, and it might be a little bit bumpy. But this is guaranteed success. This is karma. Okay, so you've got the universe here telling you that they're supporting you with something that's going to come on here. You will be successful with how you communicate. You can let this Nine of Swords go. Whatever choice that you make, you're going to be successful at. It's going to be a Three of Cups moment with a little celebration. The Empress is here to give you that maternal instinct to support you. And then at the end of the day, you're sitting in the lion's den, right? You're sitting here with our big, big, big strength card. This definitely also talks about a major healing that's on its way. So like I said, I already feel that lots of the Scorpios out there are going to be getting some significant upgrades. This absolutely clarifies it for me, but it does also talk about a healing. So whatever it is that you need, you are going to receive, regardless of whether you ask for it or not. It's already here, right? So let's see what else we can find about this, this strength card. What else does our Scorpio need to know? It's this first one. It just didn't flip all the way over. Yes. Okay, so Nine of Swords, where you have been feeling as though if it was upright, then you would be standing on top in the front, realizing that you've been there, done that. You've done all these crazy things. You've got this one big passionate sword, and you're kind of like, you're a little protective of what's going on, but you actually are ready to charge forward because you know you've passed the test and all these other moments. When it's in reverse, you're resisting that. Just go forward, charge just a little bit. You're going from the 9 of the wands to the 10 of the wands. You're so far there. You got to make that change. What else do we have to say? But it's in you. You've got it in you. What else do we have to say? You're waiting to do something. I mean, you're waiting for the right moment to say something to someone that you know is going to set it off. Bam! And we got the Justice card. I am so freaking loving this reading. I think I'm going to title this my favorite forever because I can't even. So now we've got the Libra Major Arcana that's sitting out here. Okay. Now we have all the chakras, because this is throat chakra. Now we have all the chakras. You're going to be lit up. You're going to be lit up, and you're finally going to say your piece and count to 3 and be in your power, making sure that you are, it is balance for sure, but it's also fairness. It's absolutely fairness. And if you do have to cut something off, if you do have to say something, you're going to do it with ease and grace. That's because the Justice card is telling me that you're going to do it with ease and grace. You're not going to be a jack-a-hole, so don't be one. What else? Sorry, I'm just so excited about it. I mean, I recognize that it's a lot of energy to get through and someone really has some decisions that they have to make here. But at the end of the day, it looks so awesome. It is this one. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I love it. So that means once you make this decision, once you get there by the end of the month, you are no longer going to feel like you're unsupported. You have gone into the building, so to speak. So I'm referencing the traditional card where you've got the two folks that are outside the big building, church, whatever it is that you want to think about. You've got the Five Pentacles on the stained glass window. The universe was working miracles on your behalf the entire time. You just didn't take the time to stop and ask or go in the building to get the support that you needed. Guess what? They gave it to you. You are no longer feeling like you're left out in the cold. The bottom of the deck, like I said, we've got the moon in reverse, revelations. Supporting that is the Six of Wands, victory and success. Victory and success. Abso-freaking-lutely. So we're going to hit these last two cards, and we're going to bring one of our little naughty unicorn cards in here just for a little brevity. It says, that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. Hello. Hello. Look at all this stuff. You don't have to wait. I love it. And then the final card that I'm told to read for you guys is oh my God, it's an activator. So this is a light language activator card. This is the Sacral Portal, which is the same thing as the sacral chakra. And this will help you with your creativity, any intimacy concerns that you have, or inhibition to move forward. I want you to take a look at that. Take a picture of this card, marinate on it, reflect on it. This is, like I said, it's imbued with light language. So you should be able to get some feels from that when you really take the time to get into it. And I was told, and I didn't pull it out, that there might be a key piece of language that's in here that I haven't articulated that might help somebody. So I appreciate you being with me this long because obviously it was needed for you. So let's just find 34, 34, 34, 34. Sacral Portal. Okay. Companion crystals, if you're looking for those, are going to be carnelian and amber. Like I said, you can always use the replacement clear quartz chakra if you don't have that. Here we go. Whether your situation involves a relationship, a creative project, or business partnership, how is your expression flowing in these areas? Are you feeling inhibited, restrained, or are you too overbearing? Where'd he go? Where did he go? There it is, the Emperor, right? You need to be honest with yourself. Is your creative spirit locked away, secretly seeking expression? Your creativity and sensuality desire to be discovered. So if you've been holding back, now is the time to step forth and allow your expression to unfold. You are literally a kaleidoscope of beauty. Let it go. Our creative sacral chakra allows us to manifest and create. Hello. Manifestation, Dreamweaver. I love how the universe works together. In strengthening this portal will affect how we trust others and how we honor our own creative spirit. So I thank the universe for making sure that that card was being read, because this is everything that we've been talking about here. Scorpio, I took my time with this one. I hope that you've managed to take a look at it all the way to the end. This is absolutely phenomenal. Do not beat yourself up. Take your time. You definitely need to go in a little bit and kind of figure out what it is that you need to communicate to people about your creativity. Bring people in. This is a karmic opportunity for you to get out of your head. Okay? This is a karmic opportunity for you to be the big hairy boss or the smooth feminine queen, however you want to think about it. The universe is giving you a chance. Your chakras are all going to activate and line up. It literally is going to be an awesome end of the month. You're carrying this recognition and reward into the future. I did not feel as though I needed to do any further explanation on that one. I wasn't called to do it. But at the end of the day, you're going to be fine. It's just a matter of you taking the new initiative to do these different options, because you already are set up for all this beauty. You're already set up for all this beauty. You don't have to be scared about anything except asking for help when you need the help, and strengthening your chakra system so that you're getting everything that you need and other people are understanding what you want. So I hope that you took some beautiful information out of this. If you did, and I appreciate again that you stuck around to the end, give it a like. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can be aware of all the other signs that I post in case you're cross-watching or you're taking a look at your other signage, your ascendant or your moon, assuming that you are watching this as your sun sign. And comment. I'm really interested in making sure that you are feeling heard. If there's any questions or anything else that's going on, it really is my pleasure to do this. With that having been said, I say thank you very much, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, Scorpio.